Nice meeting on Thursday with a gentleman who was relatively new to town. Young guy getting his business started, and he wanted to talk about uh, why I wanted to be mayor and how he could get involved in community service, especially at the government level within town. And it's always really nice to talk with people who are interested in it and don't understand the path, because it can be both overwhelming and a little intimidating, especially when you're not from an area originally. I think that I was blessed to grow up in Bloomsburg. I had parents who were involved in lots of different organizations, whether it was running a United Way campaign or being involved in the Rotary Club. Um, but I felt like I grew up with a certain amount of comfort around elected officials. My dad took me to a lot of public meetings as a kid, sometimes just for the sake of that's where he had to be that night and he had to watch me. Sometimes for the sake of, hey, we're going to go to a hard meeting tonight and you're going to see how ridiculous this board is because there's a little old lady who wants to paint her house and they're not going to let her because the house won't take paint anymore and she wants to put on siding and they won't let her. I remember that meeting pretty distinctly. It's gotten better, but that's one of the things that we were just recently talking about in Bloomsburg as well. So I never really felt like it was an intimidating thing to go to a public meeting, or if you saw someone that you knew was on council, to be able to talk to them. And as I came back to Bloomsburg and got involved with, with the hotel in particular and the other businesses that I've had around town, it was never something that I looked at as, well, if I had to go to town hall, that was a big deal. You just need to know who you needed to talk to at town hall. A lot of people don't know that. And so this particular person was saying, well, what's a good way to get started? And I suggested school board because that's where I'd gotten a start. Anybody that has kids can certainly appreciate the issues that our schools face. And I think it's really admirable to want to get involved in the school board. When I first initially expressed interest, I expressed interest at a Rotary meeting. And I just so happened to have a friend at Rotary who was on the school board and said, well, there's an opening and we're going to appoint someone. You ought to come throw your hat in the ring. But even past that, to run for school board, you just need to go to your county elections office there on Main Street. You talk to Matt. He's a real nice guy. He's happy to help you out. And you need 10 signatures. And the cool thing about school board is that you can cross file. So you can get 10 Democrat signatures and you can get 10 Republican signatures, and then you'll appear on both ballots in the primary. So it's a great way to be able to stay as apolitical as you'd like and go in and help an organization that needs all the help they can get. You know, having good community voices in our public education system is generally a really good thing. So I pointed him in that sort of direction. But as you think about ways that we can all get involved in our community, and I've said this before, there's so many good social organizations that need help, whether that be Kiwanis or Rotary, or we were just out at EOS Therapeutic Riding Center and they need volunteers to help walk kids with the horses. Camp Victory, Camp Levine, all of these organizations, all sorts of historical organizations, both in Berwick and Bloomsburg, have people who have been there a long time, who have done all the jobs, and are really interested in showing younger people how to do it, and also maybe just coming to the meetings and having some younger people do it as well. The libraries. There's all sorts of opportunities. If you find a particular organization or a particular space that you really enjoy in your community, I highly encourage you to find out who oversees that and get involved. I always felt like growing up and seeing my grandparents and my parents be involved in my community was the reason that I felt it was important and really kind of just expected that those of us who have the time and a little bit of ability to be able to offer something. And what you offer to an organization changes over the course of time. When you're young, I think it's really beneficial to offer as much time as you can. as you get more ingrained in the organization that you're helping with, you can lend your talent as you go, because now maybe you're a little bit better at your career. This person I was talking to is in finance. There's always organizations that are looking for people who are happy to be treasurer or can help manage if they have an endowment or something like that. So there's opportunities that not only would your time be helpful, but also your particular expertise, insurance, finance, accounting, whatever it is. And then also, as you get older, then I think that seeing the struggles that our organizations and our local government bodies go through generally makes you a better citizen and inspires you to be more charitable towards your community. We are very blessed in the entirety of the 109th and in Columbia County here that when our neighbors are in need, we step up. And when our communities are in need, there are people there to step up generally. So that's one of the reasons that I really have enjoyed my time in public service and why I feel motivated to continue providing public service. But it was really, really nice to talk to that gentleman and see him be somewhat motivated, or see a clear path as to how he might get involved in public service. And I would encourage anybody to do that. So if you see me around and you want to, if you have any specific questions you might want to ask, please feel free. I'm always happy to take time to talk about those sorts of things, because helping your community out is my favorite thing to do.